Hey everyone, and welcome to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie. Welcome to the channel. Welcome if you are new, if you're a new viewer, and welcome back if you are a subscriber. So I am pulling our cards today for the month of April. Right, so finally we're done with the eclipses for now, right? We've had our new moon solar eclipse in Aries. That was on the 29th. So kind of moving ahead, kind of a fresh start. Neptune, however, is moving from its home planet Pisces right into Aries. So the last time this happened, the United States was in a civil war. So it is fast moving. It is doing things on our own terms, right? Not always going by societal standards, but changing the standards to meet us where we're at now. So there's a lot happening. Let's see what the cards hold. We are using the Wandering Star Tarot for our tarot deck, the Divine Abundance, Keepers of the Light Oracle deck, Ganesha, and then we will close the reading out with Miracle cards with Marianne Williamson. So we'll pull a card from each of these other oracle decks. We will do our tarot, and then we will close it out. So how is everyone? Today is Monday, the 31st of March. How to figure that out there. So this should be posted by April 1st, if not today, depending on my schedule. So how is everyone? Are we getting by? Are we feeling a little relief? Right, we're still in Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde, but we have a couple more weeks and we'll start to feel a little better about everything, right? So, the Divine Abundance deck. Let's just see what our guidance is here as we move into this. This almost feels like the true new year. I mean, we had the new year on the January 1st with the Gregorian calendar. And we had Zodiacal New Year on, what was it, the 20th of March, when we had the equinox, spring equinox. However, now that the eclipses are done and we're heading into April, this kind of feels like a really good place to start our new year, right? And the card is Divine Flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to flow like the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. So, again, forward motion, right? Aries is our fire sign. It is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the first fire sign. They are the trailblazers. They are the ones that they don't have a lot of information, kind of like the Fool and the Tarot. We have no information. We're excited for an adventure and going with the flow. So let's pull out Keepers of the Light Oracle by Kyle Gray. Let's see what these cards hold for us. And there's the back of the card. Such a beautiful card. The artwork is very lovely. So let's just see what these cards hold. But yeah, so happy Monday or Tuesday or whatever day it is that you see this. Yeah, beginning of the work week. Hopefully you have some great things planned for April. But like the first quarter of the year is over, right? 3 months already done. They've been a tough 3 months, though. I will give you that. Things are starting to get a little better in some ways, and things are starting to move forward like an Eight of Wands energy or the Knight of Swords in other ways. So it can still feel a little much, right? It can still feel a little overwhelming. Kali Ma, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So we have go with the divine flow. And it's your chance to soar. And just look at the artistry on that card. Let me find her in the deck, and we'll see what this says. Kali Ma. That's so beautiful. Okay, let's see. Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth. She brings old cycles to an end so we can experience transformation. So I just said, right, like this feels like this is really the new year. And this is that confirmation for that. She is a strong, fierce, fiery, powerful image of the divine feminine. Many have been intimidated by her, but she is a mother energy and therefore completely loving. She's like a fierce mother protecting her child from harm. She has a dark energy like the night sky, but it consumes fear and leaves only love. She is the twin flame of the god Shiva and has even been known to slay his egos so that he can reveal his true loving self. Very Aries energy, very much Neptune moving into Aries energy, right? So that was the dryer that just stopped. If you heard that little noise, that was the dryer that just stopped. Pull a card of Ganesha. These are beautiful cards as well. But I think all the cards are beautiful, and I say that all the time. And I don't believe in any cards that are bad. I think it's all information and how we choose to acknowledge that information, how we choose to interpret it. You know, we could all have these rough phases, but do we look at them as holding us back, or are they learning experiences, or maybe they're just it's just time to pause and not to do anything. It's always good to take a look at other perspectives. Ganesha. This says delight. Just delight. And there's a window over to, I guess it's his left. Kind of like taking delight and look at the greenery out there and just the beautiful artistry in the window and the shape of the window. And it looks like his eyes are like half open, half closed. And he's just like maybe a little meditative state and having a really nice, sweet conversation with his soul. So these are our beginning cards. Let's see what the tarot holds for us. And then we will pull our miracle cards for Marianne Williamson. So we have divine flow, facing fear, delight. We are moving forward. There is some powerful energy in this forward motion, however. So, you know, let's not think just because Aries is the first sign and it's like a little baby fire, that there's not a lot of force and energy behind it, especially with Neptune coming in. Those big dreams, it's time to put them into focus. It's time to move forward with our dreams and take the steps to bring them into fruition. In the process, though, 10 of Wands. We could overwork, we can overdo things, right? So maybe it's kind of pulling back, going with the flow, and just allowing things to unfold. And maybe that's what it is. Let's see what these cards hold for us, though. So we have 10 of Wands. So sometimes we can get so excited and maybe a little anxious about finally being able to move forward and to step forward that we take on too much. So let's just be cautious of that, especially if you've been feeling, we have the Chariot as well. But that's a little more balanced energy in the Chariot. We have one card face down. So we'll just see what else comes out. I'd like to pull a couple more and see what they hold for us. But I love this energy. And if it feels overwhelming for you, like this 10 of Wands, right away, it's like overwhelm. You can choose to step back. You can choose to pace to pace yourself. And when a bunch of cards flip over, I don't put them back in. It would be too many cards. It'd be too much overwhelm. Let's see if anything else wants to pop out. We've got 5 cards here. I'd like to get a couple more. Okay. 4 of Swords, rest. I just said rest, meditation, take a step back. So let's just kind of see where these cards are leading us. We have a very interesting, so 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords, the Chariot. Okay, 6 of Pentacles, the Empress, 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Okay, so we're starting off big. Kind of like this Kali Ma energy, right? We're starting off maybe a little fierce in our approach. 10 of Wands, you know, in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, it's a person, looks like a gentleman, carrying all these big wands like back to the house or back to the village. They're doing all the work. So take a moment. Yeah, you don't have to do all the work, even if it's something that you're working on for yourself. If it's a burden, it's a burden and it's not a good thing. Even if it's something that you really want. So ask for help, right? We can take on so much that we exhaust ourselves, which is why this 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. Like, it reminds us, take breaks when you need it. And the 5 of Swords, man, where are we changing our thought process? So in the traditional Rider-Waite, there's a person standing. There's a couple people in the background. They seem to be walking away or retreating. But this is, where are we changing our perspective? Where are we burning maybe too many mental calories? Overspinning our thoughts. We want to move ahead, right? The Chariot, we want to move ahead. We want to go forward, but we want to go forward in flow, right? Divine flow. We want to delight ourselves as we move forward. I mean, we see Ganesha is there. The window is open. He can step out, but he's taking his time. He's relishing everything. You know, enjoying the process of the journey. So we're moving forward. We're moving forward a little more balanced, right? We've been here. We've been here. Get the cards right, Deb. We've been here. This is a lot. It's way too much. It's too overwhelming. And then what happens when we can't get something right? Our thoughts, they swirl and they swirl and they swirl. And they say, like, don't believe everything you think. And don't live in, you know, dream about things. Don't get caught in a fantasy that's not real. Watch the thoughts that are coming in. We need a little more grounding, a little more anchoring, and we have Pentacles coming up to help ground and anchor us. You are moving forward, and it's just really exciting. Allow yourself to stay balanced. And in the process, 6 of Pentacles, the Empress, finally. 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. So, if we want to get to the 6 of Wands, where we have accumulated some wisdom, you're being recognized for our talents, for the work that we do. We have to let go of this. We have to put down the burdens. And some of us are carrying burdens that are not ours. Like, you know, if you have friends, and we all share our woes and our problems with our friends, right? Because that's what friends are for. But it's someone else's journey. It is not yours. So do not think that you have to take on someone else's journey. Even if you're an empath. I'm an empath, and for the years I took on other people's problems and responsibilities, and it was too much. It was too much. I wore myself out in my mind. And when I tried to catch back up to myself, it was a mess. So, coming back to our Two of Pentacles, make choices that are aligned. Balance yourself out. Pentacles is grounding energy. It is earth energy. Green for earth, right? Allow yourself to be grounded as you move forward. Your life is there. It is waiting for you. It's not going to pass you by. But you don't want to go so fast, caught up in your mind, that you miss the delight that's waiting for you. So you get to make your choice, and you get to choose the pace at which you're moving forward. And the Empress shows up right at the perfect time that says, remember who you are. The Emperor and the Empress, like the mother and father energies of the Tarot and the major arcana, they show up when we need to tune into our intuition, when we need to remember who we are. We are not these scattered thoughts. They are part of us, but we are not them. We are strong and we are confident. We lead with love. We lead with compassion. We are guided through intuition. Planned. Make your plans. Let your intuition set the pace, right? We're coming away from this. We are leaving behind this. And the thing is, this and this, oddly enough, these are drugs. We can get caught, not physical drugs, but there is an addiction that we have as a society to stress, to tension, to drama, right? We're moving away from that drama. We're moving into balance, right? Kali Ma, major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. This is not a spiritual change. This is not. This is addiction. This is the past. These are past addictions. We're moving forward from them. I love how these cards unfold. And we're going, okay, we're balancing things out. Life has been way too hectic. It's been way too much. And I'm not going there anymore because I'm listening to my higher self. I'm allowing myself. Look at, she's golden, right? Third chakra energy here. Knowing, being stable in who she is. Leaning in and feeling the sensations of who she is. Without ego. It's not up in the head. It's not the ego. It is self-confidence. Because we finally escaped from this. And if anyone tells you that there is no addiction to drama and to stress, that's not true. It has been medically, scientifically proven. And why? It's out there. We are being guided all the time by social media, by the news, by TV, to be stressed. And so we're backing away from that. So let's get off of that. Leaning into your confidence, right? You are unfolding into who you're meant to be in your spiritual self. You're aligning with your soul. And this is Six of Pentacles, right? This is generosity. It is remembering like the ease of things. What it's like to have things a little more simple, uncomplicated. Because we are the example of what it takes to get from the addiction, right? Being the martyr, having to do everything. You can do that. You're going to put yourself in a hospital. You're going to end your life very early if you think that you have to do it all. That's an ego trip. That's not what's good. We are leading by example. We have found our seat. We have found our higher self. It's such a great time. It comes, though, with some stress. It's hard to get rid of. When you're used to having a job or doing something or anything that's fast paced and that has a lot of stress and tension, it's really hard to back off that. We may have to come into this Four of Swords and take a moment, right? As we're moving, I'm going to find these cards. As we're moving forward from the drama, take a moment, take a break, because like this is waiting for you. You are moving into this. This is your spiritual awakening. And it's hard and it's not easy. And we tend to go back to the drama, not because we like it, but it's because it's familiar and it's what we know. And we tend to fear what we don't know. So lean into yourself. There is nothing to fear. You are fully and divinely supported and guided the whole way. You have this inner wisdom. You have this. Let it come forward. Lean in. Do some breathing. Do some meditation. Take a yoga class. I'm teaching tonight, 7 o'clock. I'm doing a yin class for the new moon. And then I will go into flow later in the week. Easy flow. But we're doing yin. We're still anchoring ourselves. We're still grounding into the energies. And Marianne Williamson, miracle cards. Let's see what miracles are waiting for us. And there's a lot, right? There's a lot to celebrate. Interesting stories. Everyone has an interesting story. If you cultivate the habit of asking about it, your life will be much richer. So leaning into maybe delighting in other people's stories, right? Allowing their stories to inspire you. So ask about other people. What's your story? What lights you up? What are you meditating on? What are you taking a break from? What are you escaping? That is your reading for the month of April, everyone. That is the general reading for the collective. If this resonates with you, let me know. If you have any questions about any of these cards, put them in the comments if you would like a reading for yourself as we start to transition from one phase into that spiritual awakening, and they call it awakening or awareness or curiosity. Maybe it's not a whole-blown awakening, and it doesn't have to be. Maybe you have some curiosities about what you were taught growing up. My personal practice now is a complete 180 from what I grew up with. But I still have that foundation, and that was very important for me to go into these higher realms of belief. And if you would like to schedule a personal reading, a private reading, I will put my email in the comments. And until next time, happy April, everyone. So I'll be sending you light and love from my soul to yours. I'll see you next time.